Hi there and welcome back to Loopy Mabel's Closet. My name is Jane and we have Toffee with us today as well. In today's video it's all about my fabulous new blouse, my Ida blouse, and my beautiful fabric. So I thought I would share it with you. Back, and if you've been following me on Instagram you will have seen me wearing my beautiful, it's the only word I can use, beautiful Ida blouse that Mabel the mannequin is wearing. I will pop it on later on to show you, but I've just popped it on the mannequin because I want to show you more detail on the blouse. It's just the most beautiful sewing project I have done for a long time. It's, as I say, it's the Ida blouse by I think it's Ikatee Couture. It's a French company and they mainly do sewing patterns for children, but they've recently brought out adult versions too. And I've got 3 of their patterns. I've got the Ida blouse pattern, I've got the Louise ruffle sweatshirt, and also the Jasmine blouse. So I went for the Ida blouse first, and this beautiful viscose crepe fabric that I've chose, which was kindly gifted to me by Felicity Fabrics. They specialise in beautiful, luxurious quality fabrics on their site. You must go and take a look. In fact, I've got a code for you to use as well that they've kindly let me have for you all to use. I'm not in affiliation with them at all, but they've kindly given me a code. So if you wanted to buy any of their products, any of their fabrics, they sell patterns too. It's Jane 10, and I'll pop the code there. You get 10% off, and I'll also put the link to their site in the description box as well. So yes, so they kindly gifted me this fabric, and they said, you know, basically what you're going to make. And as soon as I chose this beautiful, as I say, viscose crepe, it's a Lady McElroy fabric, and it's called Queen of Heaven, which it's just the perfect name for this fabric. And when they said, you know, what you're going to make with it, I just knew it had to be a drapey, floaty blouse, and immediately I thought ruffles, high neck, because I do like a high neck, and just this Ida blouse came to mind. So here it is in all its glory, and it is absolutely beautiful. I just love the ruffle at the front. It's got this gorgeous yoke, deep yoke with the ruffle, and it's, if I just turn around the back comes in like 2 sections. So you've got the back yoke, and then you've got like the skirt that attaches to it, and then you've got like a keyhole neck opening. And I chose the collar with the stand and the ruffle, and the long sleeved version for the sleeves. So I'll quickly show you the pictures, the drawing pictures. This is the PDF pattern. So you can see there's a couple of options. So you've got the blouse length or the dress length. Obviously I went for the blouse length, and you can go for the kimono style short sleeves or the long sleeves. Then you've got the option to have just the plain neck, or go for the full-on ruffle with the collar stand and the ruffle, which is what I went for. I went for everything ruffle related on this blouse. So I went for the long-sleeved blouse with all the ruffles and obviously the collar. And I chose, the sizes are in French sizes, so I had to do a bit of a Google to see what the sizes were in relation to the UK sizes. And I went for size 42, which I think is equivalent of a size 14. And it says a skill level is easy to intermediate. I think it's easy if you probably just go for the plain neck version with the short sleeves. but I definitely think it's definitely more intermediate if you're going to go for the full-on ruffles and obviously the collar stand and the ruffles on that collar. And obviously Felicity Fabrics, their fabrics are absolutely beautiful. And not only are the fabrics beautiful, but the packaging that it comes in is absolutely, it's just a gift. Like when you receive it in the post, it's just like getting a gift really, because it's beautifully boxed with their logo on the box, brown box, and then it's wrapped in tissue paper with their logo on the stickers. And they even have obviously they insert a lovely card and with a little message in, all handwritten, so it's like all the attention to detail. It's proper personal. You can tell they've packaged it and what have you. And then they even give you the fabric, like a little fabric swatch card, which I think is an absolutely brilliant idea. And on the back, it's got the name of the fabric, what the fabric is, how wide it was, how much it was a metre, any wash and care instructions on the back. So I think it's a really good idea. And obviously inside the little card, so you've got the little swatch of fabric, which is brilliant. You can pop it in your bag and go out, if you need to go and get your notions, your threads or buttons or anything else that you need, you've got it all there with you in a handy little carrying card. And it's just so pretty. I'm just going to keep it because it's just so pretty. I'm going to put it on my pegboard. It's just so pretty. But as I say, back to the fabric, it's like in a dusky pink with these gorgeous, look like remind me of like Japanese blossom type of flowers. And it's got peacocks, beautiful peacocks scattered about, and this gorgeous green leaves. And it's just the most luxurious fabric I've ever worked with. I was a little bit nervous, obviously, because it was gifted to me, and I thought, oh God, and I'm taking on a bit of a pattern that is a little bit more taxing, shall we say. But I just took my time, and it cut out like butter. I thought it was going to be a little bit slip-slidey on my workbench, but no, it was absolutely fine. And it just cut out like a dream, and it just stitched up like a dream. It's stitched in the machine, beautiful. I did most of it on the sewing machine, and then I did where I could on the overlocker to the neaten the edges. So I did the overlocking on the side seams, and the only modification I made to it was obviously the pattern comes with just, if I show you again, just a plain sleeve. And I just thought, for such a beautiful pretty blouse, the sleeves just didn't do it for me, so I did a little bit of a modification. The sleeves come out really long, so the sleeves were like way past my hands, like down here. And rather than this is when I thought, oh, I'll change the sleeves. So rather than chopping it off and just leaving it like a plain sleeve, I took up 2 inches and made a channel, and then just threaded some fine 1/4 inch elastic through the channel, and obviously stitched the channel up, and it just gives that lovely ruffle edge sleeve to it. I just think it finishes the blouse off perfectly, and I had no issues with sewing it at all, none at all. I just took my time, and it was an absolute pleasure to stitch. The whole pattern was just a beautiful, quite technical in a way. The collar stand was a little bit like, you had to think about it. The instructions were absolutely fine. The instructions are all in English. Just some of the way the phrases was a little bit like I had to read twice, but there was nothing that you would go, I don't understand it at all. And then for the back, I chose the option in the pattern was you could add a little elastic loop in there, or you could add ties. But I made the collar on its own first, and then I made a hand stitch button loop, and I'll pop a picture of it close up for you so you can see. And then I had a little bit of fabric left, so I covered I covered a button in the fabric, and I did a bit of fussy cutting, I think it's called, where you pick the part of the fabric that you want to show, and I've got it spot on for the button, so you can see the flower on the back as well. I just thought the back's as pretty as the front, so I knew it had to have a little bit more detail. So my nana would be proud of that button loop, because I did it by hand. I did the blanket stitch or whatever it is, and I just went round and round and round with a quadruple thread loop. I made it quite thick, and then obviously covered the button and stitched that on. And also the bodice, the way it's done, it's a bit like, is it the burrito roll, where you stitch parts of it, then you roll it all up, and then you flip it over, and then you stitch it, and then you pull it through. Is it called a burrito? So the bodice is like that. So when I just lift up the bodice, it's all encased, so there's no like raw edges on the bodice part, which is a nice and neat inside. And any raw edges that you do have, I've overlocked, so there's no raw edges as such. So it's really pretty inside and out, in fact. And the drape is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I'm so thankful to Fliss and Caroline, the owners of Felicity Fabrics, for sending me this beautiful fabric for me to sew with. Really, I did a blog post for them, a guest blog post in return, and it's on their website if you want to go over and read that post. And it was just an absolute pleasure from start to finish. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed the sewing of it. I enjoyed the hand stitching at the end. I enjoyed making all the ruffles. I just took my time. It was starting to get a little bit frayy when I was doing the collar. So it's not the fabric that you want to over handle, but I was okay. I mean, there was no issue. But if I found that I'd made a mistake and I had to like unpick it a few times, I think then I probably would have had a bit of an issue, but I didn't. And it's just absolutely beautiful. It's a stunning blouse, and I just need somewhere to go to wear it now. So I think I'll pop a little video of me twirling about in the garden, because I had to show you it in motion, and it was quite a breezy day that day, so you can see how fluid this fabric is. And I know they've still got this on their website, and it's called Queen of Heaven by Lady McElroy. So, and obviously you can get the 10% off too if you use the code Jane10. So I just really wanted to show you. So if you've never heard of Ikatee Couture, they have some lovely patterns for children, but as I say, they're bringing them out for ladies as well, so which is good. So I can't wait to go out for coffee with Mum and my daughter and swan about in it, because it's just absolutely gorgeous. And I've got some lovely baby cord pink to make some trousers with, which is going to go absolutely gorgeous with this, and that will be in another vlog. I've got quite a few fabric hauls to show you and different patterns, and but this baby pink is perfect to go with this blouse as well, so it'll make a nice set. So yes, so that is the Ida blouse, and if you fancy having a go of a nice luxurious looking blouse that's pretty on the front as it is on the back, then I would definitely have a go at the Ida blouse by Ikatee Couture. You can get some of their patterns as well on Felicity Fabrics. They sell some of the Ikatee patterns too, as well as other patterns. I was a bit worried about the sleeves, because in the pattern measurements there's a measurement for biceps, and I've got, well, not as chunky as they were, but I've still got quite, I would say, chunky arms. I was a bit worried that they would be a little bit tight on me. The seam allowance was 1 centimetre, so I was thinking, well, if necessary, I'll just do a 1/4 centimetre if they were going to be a little bit tight, but absolutely loads of room. And I think I need to get that idea out of my head that I'm bigger than what I am now. It's quite hard, because I still think I'm like 3 stone heavier when I'm not. So everything I go to cut out or measure, I immediately go in for the large or the bigger sizes. So it's going to take me a little while to get used to that. But anyway, so I just wanted to share this beautiful blouse, and I shall just quickly pop it on so you can see me wearing it. So I've just popped it on just to show you what it looks like on me, and there's my pretty sleeves. Show you me stood up, how beautiful and fluid. The drape on this is just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, so I'm really, really pleased with how it's turned out, and I just really love this fabric. It's just a beautiful fabric. I've never worked with such beautiful fabric before. As I say, this is a viscose crepe, and it just feels like it's got silk in it, or it's just unreal, and it's just got that little bit of texture which reminds me a little bit like bark cloth. And I'll just show you it close up so you can see what I mean. It's got like that texture, and it's got like a little bit of a sheen, like silky sheen in parts, in the slub part. It's got like a slub look, and it looks like it's got silk threaded through, but it's obviously viscose, and it's just beautiful, beautiful fabric. So yeah, so this is my Ida blouse. Absolutely thrilled with it. Love all the ruffles, love the neck, love the details on the back, and it was just a great sew from start to finish. So if you fancy a nice ruffle type blouse that's got something a little bit special about it, then definitely have a go at the Ida Blouse by Ikatee Couture, and I'll put all the links in the box below. And don't forget, if you want this fabric, you can get a 10% discount off at Felicity Fabrics, and that doesn't expire, so you can use it whenever you want. How good is that? So thanks so much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed my vlog on this beautiful blouse. And have you made the Ida blouse? And what, if you did, what did you make yours with, and what did you think? What did you think of the instructions, and how did you find it? I'd love to know. Until the next time though, as I always say, please take care and happy sewing.